Hello boys and girls, it's Mrs. Taylor. I am here today and I'm going to teach you a geometry lesson about points, lines, line segments, angles, and rays. As you know, we have already reviewed these items before we were let out of school about a month ago. So today is going to be more of a review. Let's go ahead and get started. Boys and girls, this is a number line. We know that with a number line, it's never ending, and so we are always looking at these arrows to show that it always continues. Right now, I'd like you to draw a line on your paper. This is what your paper should look like right now. There are no endpoints or number lines when you draw a line. This is another variation of a line you could have drawn. And another variation. So here you can see three different versions of a line. These are line segments. We know these are line segments because you can see the two endpoints on each line. That means the line does not continue, it stops. Now I've added a purple dot and now I have two line segments within one line. Again, I added another purple dot to show two line segments within the one line segment that we created. And finally, a third time. These are rays. A ray has an arrow on one end of the line. It means that side of the line is continuing. This is an angle. We know that there are three types of angles and they have different measurements. An angle is made when two rays come together. This is line segment AB and point Q. Q is in the middle of the line segment AB. We represent AB by drawing a line over top. Here are some other examples of lines and rays. Let's go ahead and take a look first at S and T. We know S and T is a continuing line because there are arrows on both sides of the line. Now let's look at CK. We know that CK is a ray because it has an endpoint and an arrow on one side. Alright, let's go ahead and practice. Right now, I'd like you to draw or represent one line. Then I'd like you to represent one angle that you see. You may have different answers. A line that you may have represented was AC. Another line you may have represented was BE. The two angles that we have here, as you can see, are ACB and angle FDE. DF is represented as a ray because there's an endpoint and an arrow. Now it's your turn. Go ahead and label the lines and the rays that you see and identify 2 angles. Go ahead and write down the lines and the angles that you labeled. Be ready to discuss at 11 o'clock today.